Hello and welcome to How to Play Clue Diced, presented by GatherTogetherGames.com. This video will cover how to play the game Clue Diced. The video will start with the general concepts and gameplay, and then get into more of the details for the game. The game is played with 3 to 4 players. To play, you will need the Clue Diced game. Place the suggestion board and dice into the middle of all players. Sort the cards into 3 decks, the Brains deck, Brawn deck, and Driver deck. Shuffle each deck separately and without looking at the cards, place the top card of each deck into the case file envelope. Next, shuffle the decks together and deal all cards out to the players, 1 card at a time. It is okay if some players have more cards than other players. Each player will get a detective pad sheet for the game. Without showing their cards or detective sheet to the other players, each player will mark off their cards on their detective sheet. The object of the game is to be the first player to correctly guess which suspects is the Brains, the Brawn, and the Driver in the case file envelope. Player 1 will start the game by rolling all 4 dice. 3 suspect dice and 1 bonus die. The player will suggest 2 of the 3 suspects rolled on the suggestion board. The dice are placed in either the Brains, Brawn, or Driver spaces on the suggestion board. The player left of player 1 will be the first to prove the suggestion wrong, if possible. If player 2 has a card that proves player 1's suggestion wrong, they will secretly show the card to player 1 only. If player 2 was unable to prove the suggestion wrong, play would move left to the next player to prove the suggestion wrong. Once the suggestion is proved wrong, the bonus dice is played based on the symbol rolled. The magnifying glass gives the roller the ability to inspect a card from any player's hand. Choose a player, have them fan out their cards, then select one to secretly look at and return it to the player's hand. The question mark gives the roller the ability to ask any player about the third die rolled that was not part of the original suggestion. The player asked must secretly show you a card that shows that suspect if possible. If not possible, no card is shown. The eye gives the roller the ability to pick up the case file envelope and lift the flap to secretly see the color showing in the notch. This color indicates the identity of one of the suspects. The pointed finger gives the roller the ability to make a free accusation. Place dice with any suspect face up on the suggestion board. Other players will, in turn, prove the accusation wrong, if possible. After the bonus die is resolved, play moves to the next player to take their turn. After the bonus die is resolved on a player's turn, the player can make a final accusation if they feel they know the suspects in the case file envelope. To make a final accusation, place all 3 suspect dice with the suspect of your choosing on the suggestion board. Then pick up the case file envelope and secretly look at the cards inside. If the accusation is correct, the player will lay the cards out for everyone to see, and they have won the game. If any of the suspects were wrong, return the cards to the case file envelope, and the player is out of the game. If a player can disprove multiple suggestions, they will pick only 1 wrong suspect to be shown. A player that made a wrong final accusation is out of the game, but will still have to disprove other players' suggestions when possible. A simplified variation of the game can be played using only the Brains and Brawn cards. Remove all the Driver cards from the deck. Then set up the game as before with only 2 cards in the case file envelope. The gameplay will be the same as before, with only 2 suspects to identify. That wraps up how to play Clue Diced. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, and find more game tutorials by subscribing to the channel, Gather Together Games. Thanks for watching!